Go ahead. I'm listening, King. We live.
So what I was saying is when I said I was gonna come back down here and help you, people had the misunderstanding, I guess, of what I was saying.
Mm-hmm.
Because they act like I was coming down here to get your help. When I said I'm coming down here to help you. You see what I'm saying? They mistook it as, well, you down there, ain't that nigga helping you? No, the thing is, I came down here to help him. That's the priority first. And then, as the man I am, I'm going to fix shit on the side.
Yeah.
So that you don't have to end up doing everything yourself anyway. So it's like I built my thing down here around your program because I said I come to help you. So helping you is my first priority. Then as a man, I start building stuff around it. It's that simple to me.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
It's simple.
No Ceilings Live, the lunch hour, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here, noon Pacific Standard Time, Digital Soapbox. Click the thumbs up button. Let everybody know you're in the house. If you're on Twitter, retweet this link. If you're on Facebook, share this post. We do this stream to support the No Ceilings podcast. Just dropped a dope episode, Conversations with Northern Cali Part II. It's really dope. Make sure you check that thing out. You know what I mean? You can listen to the No Ceilings podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, and anywhere you get your podcast from. If you look into YouTube, it's a link down there. No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God, the Black Effect Podcast Network, and iHeart. We're gonna get this thing started. You know what? It's like let me think.
What's the topic?
Well, it's not really a topic. One thing about streaming is like it ain't really about sticking to topics. You know, we stream enough to do daily topics. But you know, I try not to get caught up in that for the lunch table. You know what I mean? Shout out to the lunch table, Fats, Don, Fatima. Thank y'all for coming. Sharice, Derek, Ruffian. You know what I'm saying? I know Squish somewhere right there. Squish, I'm so proud of y'all. I had checked that shit out again. That was dope. But it's like to be great, it's a level of delusion that has to set in. Either you got to be hella deluded or you got to be hella like stealing. You got to take shit. I mean, and you got to really depend on other people's ignorance. Not off of that. That's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm listening.
Yeah, not off of that. Like somebody like the man who stole McDonald's.
Yeah, he took the idea.
No, it wasn't an idea.
I thought he paid for it.
No, he didn't. Kind of whooped him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's a level of delusion. Like you almost have to be so certain. Yesterday was really hard for me yesterday. Like a lot of things, like I was looking through the Puff trial. Shout out to, it's a dope Twitter page. Let me see the name of this Twitter page. It's a dope Twitter page. The Twitter page is called, hold on. Damn it, forgive me. I'm sorry. I hate to do this. I should have had this prepped up. I know.
Happens all the time. You see something all the time. You go look for it.
And it's funny because I retweeted this link a bunch of times. It's been running the transcripts live of Puff's trial. Inner City Press. Shout out to Inner City Press. People ain't been giving him his props, but Inner City Press is covering all of the press conferences, the transcript in real time. Like, so you don't get the highlights, because the thing about, you know, hip hop or media that covers hip hop sometimes is they'll give you the highlight. Like a highlight just went where they was talking about Cassie sleeping with Puff, and then the husband that she with right now, while they was together, they was already together, and she faced him while they were sleeping together. The husband FaceTimed her. And they'll give you that highlight. And that's like, you know, that's very captivating. You know what I mean? That will really mess with your mind. And you'll be stuck in there and trying to judge a court case from like a slam dunk, like this thing. Even though that particular thing.
From a headline or something.
Yeah, like a headline. So what I did was I started following Inner City Press on Twitter to keep up with the whole transcript. So I'm not getting part of it. And I would recommend that to anybody at the lunch table, anybody listening to this stream or this podcast when it goes live, you know what I mean, on the feed. Go to Twitter, follow Inner City Press, keep up with the details. Like, it's too many of us judging things based off of the highlights. We don't judge the details. Like, let's be involved, right? And yesterday was really hard for me for a multitude of reasons. Right? I'm reading this. So now I'm looking at lawyering. I'm looking at lawyering a lot like storytelling. Looking at it like, I'm looking at it like what I'm reading what's going on. And it helped me figure out something I couldn't figure out. How are they pitching this RICO? And what I realized was Cassie up there, right? You have the traditional two views. You see Cassie up there as she's somebody that Puff assaulted and he did these things to her. And then you have the other view, right? Which is like, oh, she's involved. Why is she's not that much? She wanted to participate. Neither of those things matter in the court case. It's a RICO charge. And then it helped me see it. And I was telling Trap, I was like, oh no, she's Sammy the Bull and Puff's John Gotti. The RICO is based around the thought of a web like a brothel, right? So if he has Cassie going out to pick prostitutes or pay prostitutes or telling assistants to fly prostitutes in, this is this really chicken shit way of trying to prove trafficking, right? If Cassie is calling the drug man or telling the assistant to call the drug man at the behest of Puff's, you know what I mean, orders, she's more like his capo. If she's witnessed his crime, right? If she's been a victim of his crime, right, where he assaulted her, because you have to make it look violent. You have to, in a RICO, it has to be violent. So the violence is, oh, you see, he kicked my ass. Here's a video. Oh, he kicked my ass a couple times. Now it comes across violent. Oh, he said he was going to blow Kid. He said Kid Cudi's car would be blew up. Kid Cudi's car got blew up. They meet up with Kid Cudi. You know what I mean? And Kid Cudi asked about his car. So now, oh, he left one of the freak-offs, right, to go meet Suge at Mel's Diner to fight Suge Knight. That's the RICO charge. And it's chicken shit because that's not what a RICO was meant. Even though it fits the letter, that's not why they created the RICO charge. They have enough to charge Puff with crimes. The problem is they could have never charged John Gotti with a crime. There was no crime to charge him with. They needed the RICO charge. They didn't need the RICO charge with Puff. So just looking at the storytelling, that was one thing that I realized. I'm like, damn, I see what they're trying to do. So the way I look at it, I thought the defense should do something specifically like they need to frame it like this man is doing all this stuff on drugs. But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Cassie a participant on her own. Get what I'm saying? Like, oh no, she was into this. So she called these people. It wasn't just at the behest of Puff. This is a woman trying to please, you know, blah, blah, blah. But remember, she is also an employee of Bad Boy. So I see how they're proving the corrupt, the influence, the organization. But now I need to see how could they prove the racket part of it, which is the for-profit part of a RICO charge.
So you think they covered the corruption?
Yeah, they got the corrupt. I mean, but then it's up to his team to defend. You know what I'm saying? To defend. Like they have to make her look like some of these ideas is stuff she's just into. You know what I mean? Like it's not always at the behest of Puff. That's why they're asking her questions to kind of soil her reputation. You know what I mean? Like, no, this girl was into it too. She's a big fan of it. She led some of these things. So they did prove influence and they are proven corrupt. So I see how they're attacking the prosecutor's case.
Influence on what? Crimes to be committed?
Yes, because if Puff tells her to call a prostitute or tell her assistant to fly a prostitute out here, that's the trafficking charge. If Cuz tells Cassie, hey, call a D-boy, right, to bring the drugs for the party through, that's a crime. It shouldn't be. That's not what RICO was meant. That's not the spirit.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but it fits the letter.
Yeah, but it doesn't really fit the letter because it's not complete.
Well, it fits the letter. It's just missing.
If it's complete,
it's missing the R.
That's what I'm saying. If it's complete, then that might be a different understanding.
But that's not the point. They fit the I, the C, and the O.
But they could go get them for promoting prostitution.
But they do have him charged with trafficking, which is
no. I said promoting prostitution, not trafficking.
I thought it should be solicitation.
You know, even that.
I thought it should be solicitation.
But to put it as a RICO charge, and not even just a trafficking charge by itself.
You hear me?
What trap?
Yeah, I hear you. I'm sorry.
All right, let's make sure you hear me.
I could barely hear you.
Damn, again?
No, it's not you. That's where he at. It's my fault. It's not you.
All right.
Just say what you said right now.
I wasn't saying that. I was making sure you could hear me. I'm listening to you, King. Go ahead, King. You got it.
So, shout out to Barbie. Hey, y'all, have a great show. And my Cassie voice. Good luck,
Barbie, what's up?
Death, man. Love you to death. Good luck, mom. Long story short, right? If you
do you think if they would have tried to charge them with the actual individual crimes, they felt it wasn't enough time?
That's what it is. That's where I think the injustice is.
Okay.
So, and that's how I felt about R. Kelly. I see where the injustice is. All I'm asking for is justice. I'm not a person yelling free R. Kelly. I'm saying R. Kelly should be fighting 7 to 15 years. You cannot judge people morally and then try to sentence. It's like you definitely can't let the government try to sentence black people morally. They are not in the position to do that. So that's the frustrating part about these conversations, getting people off of this fake ass moral high horse. You know what I mean? Oh, shut the fuck up. Make them people treat us fair. Stand up. Even for the worst of us, it should be fair. And here's another example where we said something at the beginning when this first started, and I was telling Trap, I'm like, this ain't right. Like they're trumping up the ideas. It's creative lawyering. They're trumping up the ideas, bro.
Yep.
You think it's right?
Nah, man. Like I was watching this early. I was listening to it earlier, and they definitely overcharging them. You know what I'm saying? Within it right there, they not charging them with the right crime, and it just seemed like it just seems like a circus, man. They just seem like a whole big old. Like, they're charging this man within him and his girlfriend having freaky sexual activities and stuff, man. Like that. Yeah, I don't think it's right at all. I don't think it's right at all. I think it's so. I've never seen it be so obvious that. Yes, this is not the reason, B. You know what I'm saying? This is not the reason why y'all mess with this. It's bigger reason than that, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Say. That's my next question was to Glasses. Then what you think is the bigger picture?
I mean, I think the same systemic oppression matters in this country. You know what I mean? I think there was a situation where he done pissed off some other people with some money and they friends with the system. I mean, again, like I remember telling my homeboy Manny, like that Godfather and gangbanging is the same. The Godfather is no different than a gangbanger flick. And one of his main stances was like, it ain't like that. It ain't that scummy. They get to mess with politicians. I'm saying that's because they're white men, bro. It's not because they're like a better grade of criminal. They're white. They can assimilate into white America. Like, and it hit the same thing. Like that money, all of them people tied in. Trump is tied in with the mafia as he is with the government. They are all tied in because money mess with money.
Trap.
Yep.
You know, to me, when I'm looking at this from a bigger picture, you know, and I believe in 360 degrees and stuff, that things always come back in certain ways. This is just now a new version of modern day lynching, a modern day hanging.
I call it economic lynching.
You know,
Yep,
this is what it is now. It's in the public. Everybody get to see it and get scared now.
And this is what made me mad about R. Kelly.
That's a fact, King.
This is why niggas think I'm tripping. And I'm like, bro, look at the details. Stop looking at the fake moral sense. Stop looking at the fake morality that you're doing. Look at the details. It still should be fair. I don't give a fuck about nothing else. Make them treat black people fair because they're gonna do themselves all the favors. Yeah, I just want it fair even for the worst of us. Even if R. Kelly is this, okay, charge him with the statutories. Charge him with everything that's fair. Why is he fighting a RICO charge? Nothing about R. Kelly was for profit. Nothing. You couldn't sleep with his girls. Sex trafficking, that's a push, but cool. The Mann Act, Like people not looking at the details, they having these moral stands, and then they just letting them lynch black people. What they did the same thing to black people back then.
That's
They didn't just hang black men by trees. They said, no, he looked at this white woman. That's what they said. They said that little boy looked at this white woman. That's why they did that to him. So yes, that was probably black people at that time. Like, well, you know, you shouldn't be looking at white women. Bro, that's not the point. And it's so frustrating because it's like people challenging somebody like me with moral integrity. Like, you know, yesterday I had to realize, bro, I had to realize why certain homies, certain people in the industry didn't fuck with me. Like they would, like Puff would bow to me. He would see me and listen, he would see me and bow to me. No lie, I'm not exaggerating. Like he just knew I was the shit with this shit, but he never truly built that far because I'm not a part of the lifestyle. You know how many circles I've been X'd out in this business because I don't get high, drink, or do dope? Like not X'd out like they want the worst for me or nothing good gonna happen for me, but they like, we just don't want this nigga around while we doing this. People that could have benefited and helped and just won't because they like, yo, this nigga, they feel like I'm going to judge them or some other shit. Like all of this shit is shit I realized yesterday. Like I realized my friends. I realized some of my friends got closer because they do drugs, but they not looking like, man, this is the homie that helped us. We should help him. Like all of this is real. And yesterday I realized it all in a pile of bricks to go with the car.
What you mean by that? To go with the car?
I'm saying all of this stuff is happening yesterday. Like I just download a bunch of information.
So if you feel like that, you should you ain't nothing wrong with no little puff and fit in with the crowd there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like put a little sun in the air real quick.
Trav got Mothers Against Drink Driving pissed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? But nah, like I was telling you within that though, it's not more so that that I feel like the people you speak of that don't want to, it just be, I don't know. It's just,
it's not personal. Look,
it ain't not personal.
Personal. They just like, this ain't how G get down. So like, it's like a very lonely thing. You know what I mean? It's lonely, bro. So it's like tough. So I'm learning all of this. So like when I'm looking at somebody, like even right now, when I was beating this drum on Puff, when I'm beating this drum on R. Kelly, it's so obvious to me. But it's only obvious because of the details. I'm not buying, oh, he married Aaliyah. That wasn't illegal. Is it weird? Sure. But it's not illegal. That's something different. They're not charging for that. If they charging for that, I wouldn't say nothing. When they charged Bill Cosby, I didn't say shit because they charged him fair.
I don't think so, but
yeah, it was fair. They didn't imagine him hitting Rico and say we're gonna give him the rest of his life.
Because
they didn't. They gave him a couple days. The man
gonna die in there.
He been home for
Cosby home. Cosby home.
That much time.
Cosby home. Cosby been home for a minute.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't be tripping if they gave R. Kelly 12 years. Yeah, you know what? Shit, you commit them crimes.
They snuck Cosby out the back door, huh?
They definitely did. No.
He didn't get that much time.
He been home for a minute now.
Yeah, he didn't get that much time. Same with Puff. If Puff was fighting 5 to 12 years, some assaults, even trumped up trafficking. Okay, cool. Whatever. You got your thing going, nigga. You got to be okay with that. Bro, Rico, what are we doing?
You said something about economic lynching. What you mean by that?
They just chop the money down.
Yeah, money.
So every brother that they think they can't control or something, they just chop their money down?
No, I think what happens is the brothers be acting like they cool until they get some money, and then they try to be brothers in the face of money. And that money is theirs. And that money is theirs.
So they chop it down to get it back.
You know what I thought of though when it came to this whole situation? The way shit going around in the music game, man, that shit about to change, man. Like just like the whole outlook that it got on it, because Puff been probably doing this shit for what do you say, about 20, 25 years or so?
30 years,
They've
been
giving Puff credit for doing this.
People I know.
Paying to go to Puff's party.
I know.
Yeah. But again, this is my point. Morality changes every 30 years. 100 years ago, R. Kelly marrying a girl that's 15 is no big deal. That's as normal as breathing air. in the 1930s, in the 1940s, in the 1950s, in the 1960s.
Shit,
So
other countries right now.
it's normal in this country. But again, because there's a false sense of morality of people looking into it or looking at it, to me, it's just not my lifestyle. But still charge him fair.
Yeah.
Still charge him fair. That's a fucking fact. It's not my opinion. It's a fact. Fair. You didn't do this to your people. You didn't do this to Elvis. You didn't do this to none of these other fucking people. Don't do our people like that. The fact that everybody black ain't getting that is fucking irritating. That shit drives me crazy. And I'm starting to realize how full of fucking shit people are. Man, I ain't never drank shit. The fact that niggas even think on any level that I'm a gangbanger, that they can match me morally, nigga, you have no motherfucking clue every sacrifice I've made in this life to retain being me and true to God. None. Crippin' and all. Niggas can't even go through a week without trying to alter their mind state, nigga, to disconnect. How you gonna talk to me about morality? The hell is wrong with you? Nigga, you a coward, and that's how I see
King.
Hey, no, don't worry. I'm a hypocrite. Don't worry. I'm a hypocrite, Trap. I'm a hypocrite because I only smoke weed, but I be looking at motherfuckers drinking and doing all them drugs the same way. Like, what the fuck you doing all that? But I smoke weed. I'm a hypocrite.
It's not about that. I'm not knocking that. I'm just saying for people to act like they have some moral righteous stand and to question my morality is crazy. Like, you're not in it. Like Farrakhan told Mike Wallace, you're not in any moral position. So, like, if I'm telling you something about R. Kelly, you better listen to what the fuck I'm saying. Stop trying to look right. Look at what I'm saying. This is a brother that they mistreating. I don't give a fuck what he did. If Puff hit Cassie, charge him for hitting Cassie. Just because he hit Cassie, bitch, it ain't cool to give him a RICO. And you got to stop the false sense of morality in your fucking head that's making you think, well, he hit her and, you know, and me hit. Well, shut the fuck up. Charge him for hitting women because that's how you would do everybody else in this country. Don't find the matters to fuck us over.
Can we get some likes before we cancel today?
Don't do it to mess us up.
Please.
Don't do it to mess us up. Why are we always the victim? Why do black people always be cool? Because with them doing shit fucked up to us. They ain't fucked up Elvis shit. They got Graceland popping right now. But you okay with them overcharging niggas you think you morally being right? You a fucking piece of shit. And that shit just fucks with me. Every time when I'm talking to my homeboys and they think that shit fucks with me. Like yesterday, man, it was rough. Yesterday, whole evening, it was rough. And it was only in my mind, bro. It was only in my mind, King. No lie, dog. Motherfucker talking to me about some punk ass shit. Man, I don't give a fuck what he did with that nigga cum or what he did. Charging fair. Because you gonna do your people like that. You ain't gonna do your people like that. Don't do my people like that. I don't give a fuck how much of a piece of shit. I don't drink like Puff. I don't smoke like Puff. I'm not a swinger like Puff. I'm not a dope fiend like Puff. I'm not none of that like Puff, but I still want you to treat my brother fair. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Well, Trap, what's wrong with it?
Nah, G right. He right. He right what he's saying though. That shit is fucked up.
Go to jail. I'm not saying R. Kelly shouldn't go to jail. I'm not saying Bill Cosby shouldn't. I'm saying just be fair. That's it.
I ain't gonna hold you. So as I was watching them, like I tuned into the court case today.
R. Kelly still got his hand slapped and
no, I think I'd have been cool if one of their daddies moved on. If
ain't get no damn hand slapped. That motherfucker doing that for too long.
If one of them 15-year-old girls, 16-year-old girls, daddy blew his head off, I wouldn't have nothing to say. Because nigga, this is what come with the territory. I'm not okay with the white folks economic because you won't do your own people like that. You ain't shut down Graceland. You ain't did nothing.
There it is.
So if one of them girls' daddy came and shot him, I wouldn't say nothing. I'd shake that man hand, keep it moving. Rest in peace to R. Kelly. Nigga, you know how it go. Nigga, you mess with somebody, kid. Nigga, they wasn't with you. Boom, nigga, whatever. I'm not gonna let no white person do that shit. I don't want the system to do it.
I agree with you there.
Because they ain't gonna do it fair.
Well, this is my whole thing, right? Because before, and this is what King was saying before about the lynching shit. Before they wasn't charging you with nothing. It was blowing them up. They was killing us, B. So they realized that we realized yo, hold on, they knocking us off, this, that, this. They say, all right, hold on, we can't keep killing them, yo.
But
We're gonna start charging with some chump ass shit.
Hey, Trap.
Huh?
They used the RICO back in the late 80s and 90s for all the gang stuff. They started pulling everybody in for RICOs, trying to send them to federal prison and stuff. So they've been practicing with the RICO on the black culture for years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but before that, man, before they were doing that shit, then they was killing us off, B. You know what I'm saying?
But they did it the same way. Bro,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This is gonna sound crazy, right? This is gonna sound crazy, bro. There were people who was around at Emmett Till time and thought to themselves, well, he should have never looked at that white lady, or he should have never went on facts.
Mm-hmm.
They wasn't thinking right now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You think when Jesus died on the cross, people was risking their life? Like, oh, you know what? Let me go get our Lord and Savior down. No, they watched him die. So trust me, it was people thinking, well, he should have been walking around acting like he God. Stop finding ways to allow things to happen to black people because you morally act like you don't get it.
Or acting like you morally like them.
It's not, it don't matter. I'm nothing like Puff. I'm nothing like R. Kelly. Nothing like him. We don't see. I can read incredibly well. R. Kelly can't even read. We're different. We are different. I don't make 100 songs about nasty shit. I'm not into little bitches. I'm not into none of that. Yeah, but guess what? That's still my brother, and I want it to be fair. Now, if somebody's father got him, I wouldn't have nothing to say. If somebody's father shot him, I'd be like, shit, nigga, you know. You should have went. Nigga, you should have. I'm cool.
Not mess with them kids.
Cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And again, if they charged him for it, if they said, hey, you know what? You got 7 cases of statutory rape. Hey, you got 2 cases of federal pornography with a minor. Cool, man. Charge him with all of that. Charge him with all of that.
But a lot of that too is time limits.
Fuck that. It ain't time
with
limits.
the RICOs and stuff. It
ain't no time.
Limits.
It wasn't time limits. They had more than enough time. It wasn't enough time. They realized this was the moment that they could take everything that this brother got, all the dollars that this brother got from them, because they get all the money from them. They paying them. They paid Puff. They paying R. Kelly. They paying Pill Cot. They paid them. So they take this moment to take their money back. It's their money. They printed it. This ours. We take this back. This us. That's what it really come down to. They took Kel's masters and everything. They took every right, all that. He don't make no money from his records. They took it all back. So a conversation with Kels for me is different. That's what you get for trusting these people like that.
Yeah.
That's my conversation to him.
Yeah.
My stance for him is charge him with the shit he did.
What was your conversation be with Puff? What would you tell him?
Oh, just look, man, get off the dope.
Okay.
That's as simple as that. Get off the dope.
Okay.
I don't need to tell Puff nothing. Puff a different. I don't need, bro. He's on dope. It's obvious. They talking about they was doing dope for 48 hours straight.
Damn.
48 hours straight, they was doing dope. That's the only way. Who the fuck else would creatively pay somebody, a prostitute, a male gigolo, to sleep with their lady, come on her, have her walk into the next room where you at, and rub the cum on your nipples? That's not even freaky.
A freak.
No, that's not. That's way out of the galaxy of freaky.
Niggas into some weird shit.
No, that's way. Freaky is eating a girl ass, bro. Freaky is not that. That is next level. That's some high creativity.
Hey, that's
nasty shit.
Yo, you gotta get
high, bro.
You gotta, once you get to the eating the ass shit, then you gotta say, how further can I go from here? You know what I'm saying? Some niggas want to go further.
You know why you couldn't figure it out? You gotta be high. Who would be that creative?
That's not even, that shit was bugged out.
You ain't creative, huh?
No, I'm telling you,
that's nasty.
No,
that was just nasty.
Creative.
I might have to get drunk to eat a bitch's ass.
That's my point. These are the walls. These are the walls, bro. That shit is next level, like creative. Like what? You paid a gigolo to knock your old lady down, come on her. She gets up out of the room with the gigolo, walks into the next room that you in, and rubs the cum of the gigolo off and puts it on your nipple. Why is that even exciting? That's high.
I was just thinking, like, where is the excitement there?
That's what I'm saying. Gotta be some mental shit.
I don't think he can explain
excitement. That's
That's some
weird.
mental shit right there, man.
No, that is high. That is high. It's like when you. That's like
I don't think
Funkadelic
it's
when they
high,
be making
shit.
them songs. It be like you had to be high to make that. You
I
had
think
to
that
be
nigga do
high.
that same. I think that nigga do all that shit if he was sober too.
No fucking way. No fucking.
I don't think he'll do everything sober.
Trap. I have
He'll
messed
do
with
some of
this
that
dude sober. I've messed with him multiple times sober. No fucking
Paul, I
chance.
think you need to pause. You should pause that though, right? Don't
Well,
do
I
that,
don't
bro.
know him, so I can't
I'm not
say
pausing.
nothing.
I mean, what I said. I have hung with this man. I've been in the studio. I've been with this man the whole time. I've seen. I'm not pausing shit. That is not the same person I know. That is not the same person I
So
know.
you seen him not high and drunk before?
Yes, that's how. Only
You
time
don't know
I-
if he's seen him that high drunk. You don't know what that man was doing. That man probably was high and drunk the whole time, man.
Trust me.
You just know how he know how to
that is
carry
not
himself
the same person.
within the
That
right.
is
You know what
not
I'm
the
saying?
same person that came up with that plan of somebody cucking your old lady, and that is not the same person. That's way past making Ready to Die. That's way past making Life After Death. This is next level.
But I thought he was in
Yo, bro, hold on. The nigga Big said on Ready to Die. Section me while your man masturbate. That shit was going on back then too. What you talking about?
I'm not saying.
That's what I just said, Trap.
Listen, I agree. Being a cuck is one thing. I'm not saying cuck. I get cucks. That's hella next level. Cuck is crazy. Cucking and then you being a part of the cuck is different. Oh, let me rub the man's cum on me. That's a different drug. Trap, that's different.
Yeah.
That's different.
Yeah. Hey, Trap. The next story will come out, nigga nutted on his chest. Watch.
Even that would make him gay.
Watch, Trap.
Even that would make sense because he's gay. Listen, man. If people sleep with transsexual,
ain't gay, I thought.
Listen. That's if somebody nut on his chest, you're gay.
Okay, we found that line for him, Trap.
That's not a line. Y'all are so basic in thought. You just only have a level of gay. That's your level of thought. Once you sleep with a transsexual, you're past gay.
You're gay.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
Well,
no, you're not.
No, the key word is you're past gay.
Yeah,
you didn't went through gayness and passed it now.
I don't even know if you went through gayness. That is another door to something.
Oh, you saying that's like some mental? You saying that's some mental shit? You saying that's some mental shit,
bro? If you're a man, you want to nail somebody.
So you say it's confused because it got titties in the dick. So
they got it. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Yeah.
So it's just the dick, then you're gay.
You're just gay.
Okay,
it's a wire cross.
This nigga's thinking, but makes sense a little bit.
A wire cross. Like, I don't resist being gay. Listen, I don't resist being gay.
I kind of hear what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm saying
listen,
it's got to make sense.
King, I don't resist being gay. I've never in my life saw an attractive man.
Mm-hmm.
Never.
True.
I don't resist being a pedophile. I've never saw an attractive child.
True.
Never. It ain't like I got to be like, oh, this feeling is urging me. It's burning me up. I never saw a good-looking 6-year-old kid. I never saw a handsome 35-year-old man. Never in my life.
Yeah.
I never saw a man. I was like, man, that nigga look good. So it's a wire cross. Something make you see this person and it's different. I never saw a handsome man. And that guy's handsome. I never had to turn that down. I don't know what that even feel like. Trust me, if you see a man that makes you think of sex, something upstairs is doing something different than normal.
So, but that would be gay then if you see a man. But if you see a transsexual, you say the wires are crossed.
That's way way
different.
That ain't wire cross. Something else is wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
no. It's some functional deep. That's way past that. If you need to see titties, dick, ass, and a weave
all in one body,
that's crazy.
He just want a fruit salad. He just want a fruit salad. He just want a fruit salad.
What is happening, bro? No, y'all.
He's making sense. He's making sense.
That's not like some shit. That's how I see about Puff, bro. Like, wait a minute. Okay, you a cuck. Adam 22 is a cuck. I've heard of cucks. Okay, if that's your thing, I don't know. I don't know why. That is above my pay grade. Okay. Right? You see somebody knocking your girl down, that gets you going. No different than a grapist. It don't have nothing to do with sex.
Hey, I had to think about that for a second.
Yeah, like a grapist, bro.
Crazy.
A grapist,
that's crazy,
a grapist is turned on by power, like the control. I got it.
That's a new crib word, grapist.
No, you can't use the R word on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So a grapist is like You know what I'm saying? Like you're turned on by power.
I don't think you could use what's name too though. The what he put on his what's name?
Oh yeah, okay, the sauce.
Yeah, sauce.
So what I'm saying is, like a grape is not. It's not about. Male sauce.
You gotta get that list.
Where the fuck?
Now you get the list. This ain't X. This ain't X.
This ain't the world. This is somebody's private platform.
Yeah.
Oh look, the grape is right. A grape is turned on by power. That would not make me go. I never had to resist these things. I never had to resist being attracted to a man. I never had to resist being attracted to a child. I never had to resist wanting to take something from a woman. Those things do not. My brain doesn't see that, and that creates excitement for me. That's not something that ever happened to me. So if your brain is wired something and you see a man, and as a man, and that man makes you think of sex, you know what I mean? Like,
so could drinking or any of them drugs help facilitate the wires?
Yes. That's why I told Scrap this yesterday. That's why they say under the influence. It's funny. They swear to God, hip hop is an influence, but not Hennessy. They swear hip hop is an influence, but not vodka. They swear hip hop is an influence, but not gin. They swear hip hop is an influence, but not, feel me, tequila. They
going deep, trap. He going deep down the hole.
They'll tell you how hip hop influence.
Keep going.
I understand where you're going with this. I understand exactly where you're going with this.
But they act like tequila, even though they call it under the influence,
and still push it.
So again,
damage it brings.
So again, people like this is what I'm saying, bro. People not telling the truth, bro. People full of shit, and I hate that. Like I hate that false moral to where like I'm looking at Puff. We should have been stood up for Puff. Hey, y'all need to fix these charges. These charges ain't right. I need to fix that. We should have been protesting. Hey, where's the RICO charge?
Can you really do that though?
Yeah, that's how we used to do it when we was together.
I think to come back, like if he gets found guilty, I think to come back and get an appeal is where that goes in that right there. I don't think
but again, we should let our people deal with this until he can go to jail and get hurt.
No, I see what Glasses
what's your thoughts on
Go ahead, Trap.
Yeah, King, my bad, King. Go ahead.
I see what Glasses saying is that if we did protest, then they might have dropped the charges down a little bit or got real, knowing that we wasn't gonna sit around and do like we did with R. Kelly.
Or like what happened with Emmett Till. If black folk would have came out like, hey, he did not y'all cannot listen. You gotta stand up before you can't wait, because then now you in hindsight looking crazy making movies about it, and then some film photographer making a bunch of money telling the story when we should have stood up then.
And they're gonna say, like you said, Trap, well, he could wait to appeal.
Yeah.
Ain't no appeal now.
Yeah,
fix this right now. Fix this.
So now
but everybody be so scared because they worried about people judging them. Like you'll get on Twitter and people will judge you. Oh, you think this? Like, I don't go fuck with y'all. So I beat y'all ass in real life, and I'm way more of a solid man than you are. You can't even tell me that, nigga. You drank tequila, nigga. Who you gonna talk to, nigga?
See, this is what I'm talking about, B. This is what I'm talking about.
It's not the same. You can't morally challenge me if you are poisoning yourself. You're not in position to morally challenge me if you are poisoning yourself. If you don't want to deal with life straight up, if you can't do what you got to do straight up, if you need tequila to relax, you can't challenge me morally. How you gonna challenge me morally? I choose to do it straight. That was the decision, morals.
And this is what I'm trying to tell you. When you talk like that right there, B, you choose to, it makes it seem like you feel like I don't smoke or drink, I'm better than you.
No, I'm telling you, you shouldn't be thinking you better than me if you smoke and drink.
Trap. But being able to sustain from things like that, shouldn't you feel better than somebody else?
I don't feel better. You know what I feel, King? We all connected. Puff do all the drugs in the world. But my brother. But if Puff tried to talk to me like he better than me, I'm going to talk to him like a dog. Who you talking to, nigga? You over here trying this pink cocaine and people rubbing come on your nipples, nigga.
Yo, sauce.
Man, Trap.
It's not about feeling better. It's not about me feeling better. Don't think you better than me.
Yeah, that's a fact.
It ain't me. I still love Puff. I'm standing up for him right now. Puff wouldn't stand up for me right now. I'm standing up for Puff.
Look at
Rick
Lex
Ross
going
is
crazy in
standing
the
up for
chat.
Puff right now.
Lex, man.
All these
Lex
other
been saying
people
this shit
are
for a
standing up
minute, though. I ain't gonna
Puff
hold
right
you.
now.
Trap, a drunk motherfucker can't tell you nothing, can he? Trap.
At all. At
There
all.
it is.
All that drunk
I'm not
motherfucker, get
a
the fuck
drunk
away from me.
motherfucker can tell me a million things, but one thing he can't say is, yo, sober ass can't tell me nothing. Slow down now, sir. Slow down. That's how I feel. It ain't me. It's
Okay.
them. How
Yeah.
you gonna try to morally talk to me, punk? You won't even deal with the world straight up.
Oh,
It's not, I
God.
think I'm better. I'm fighting for you because
No, I
I
understand
realize
what you
you
say.
not
No, I
fighting for
understand.
yourself. Like Puff, all these people he blessed ain't standing up for him. You could have
Understand.
blessed the real one who really gonna get cracking, but you blessed a bunch of other
at Lex.
dope heads
Look
and
at Lex.
busters. Now look at how they talking about you. Look how they stand up for you. Nobody's standing up. The one crib that you looked at and was like, he don't drink and smoke, so I'm not really gonna build with him, is the one nigga that's sober enough to stand up. Everybody else scared and hiding behind the punk shit they did. That's the problem.
All right, Sober Ted. All right, Sober Ted. Yo, did you
That nigga crazy.
okay, we get it.
Trap a fool.
Yo, but I had to disconnect from that whole Puff shit, and I tapped into the to this Tory Lane shit. B, have you tapped into that shit, B?
Oh yeah,
that
what's
shit
going
is
on with that?
hilarious.
Yo, bro, yo. So they you see, they found out they got a driver that said that the old girl Kelsey admitted to the whole shit.
No,
She admitted to the
So
whole
this-
shit.
So this is the problem. So again, this is one of them things when you get to details versus the highlight, right? The
Mhm.
slam dunk, right? The highlight versus the slam dunk. Go look at the details. They're saying that he overheard her saying this. She has a bodyguard, and the bodyguard overheard her saying this. They can't enter it into the court of law because that wouldn't work. But again, now I don't know what happened to Tory. I hope the best thing happened for Tory is what happened for Tory. You know what I mean? But I'm being honest with you. He should have took a deal because they could prove everything. He's not charged for shooting Meg. He's
But that's
charged
the
for
thing.
discharging a firearm, having a firearm in his vehicle, and something else.
Is he a felon already?
That's the thing. No,
Oh,
I don't
he's
think he
from
was.
Canada.
From Canada. That's the thing right there, though, is that, but like you said, though, he overheard her talking to her husband, and it was said that he never even touched the gun. Shorty grabbed the gun,
It's
shot the gun
impossible
off.
for him not to touch the gun and get GSR on him.
Yes. If you smack the gun from my hand,
You won't get GSR on you.
yes, bro. If you shoot the gun, if you shoot a gun off, listen, bro.
It won't work.
If you shoot a gun off and it hop in the car with somebody, everybody in that car gonna have shit on them.
No, it's not. That's not how GSR works.
Yes, it
I only
is.
know this because again, it's a detailed thing. It's a detailed thing. It's not the feel of, oh, I think
I agree with you, Trap.
But
Yeah,
y'all are
I know
wrong.
that. I know that for a fact.
No, y'all are
I know that-
wrong for a fact.
I know that for a fact,
Hey,
bro.
that's Megan. Megan didn't have GSR in her fucking hands.
They didn't test none of them.
That's
Only
not,
one they tested it through the whole shit was him. They said that shit. They ain't test Kelsey. They ain't test the driver. They ain't test Meg. Only one they tested for DNA, anything on the gun, and the GSR was him. That was it.
Y'all don't stop this shit. This shit is about to really piss me off. This is
Bro,
way simple.
I'm gonna show you what they said
This is
on
way
the
simple,
press
bro.
conference.
This is way simple. This is way simple. Out of all the things y'all could be fighting for.
Oh my
Oh,
god! Like, another black man locked up in jail right now, bro, for some bullshit. What are you talking about? This ain't what you just said. What are you talking about? This nigga locked up for some bullshit.
Having a gun in the car is illegal. It's his car.
It wasn't his gun.
You can't have a gun in your car. The fuck are
Listen,
you?
man.
All the shit y'all can stand up for.
Yo,
It's fucking obvious. All the charges are easy. They didn't charge him for shooting her.
they charged him for disloading the firearm, B, but he didn't disload the firearm.
If somebody else, then you know what you're supposed to do. This is this person gun in my car.
No, you not. No, you not.
You're not no fucking thug.
I don't, man.
So then if the bitch ain't gonna sit and don't cry now. The fuck out of all the shit y'all can stand up for. They over here trying to throw Puff Life away for having a freak or a party they celebrating, and you talking about a dumbass nigga who motherfucking had a gun in his car. That's what they charge him for. They didn't charge him for shooting her.
Yo, Joey.
They charged him because he had a gun in the car. So if you want to set somebody else's gun and you want to sit back and ride the charges, ride them. But stop playing. You can't halfway play thug. They don't go together.
True facts. You can't halfway play.
Ain't that such thing as halfway crooks?
Not a fucking such thing.
Yeah, that's
What
true.
the fuck? Out of all the shit y'all can be standing up for.
Man, free Tory, man. What the fuck you talking about, B? Free Tory, man.
For Tory Lanez, I don't
Yes,
think.
there is.
The nigga tried to kill that nigga too. That was crazy.
Dumbass could have took a deal for like some bullshit
Man,
time.
free Tory, B. The bitch tried to show the home girl. He smacked the gun out of her hand. Fucking the shit go off, shoot on the foot.
Boy, these niggas is the most creative detectives in the world.
Bullshit. Huh?
These niggas is the most creative directors in the world, bro. All this creativity.
That makes sense, Trap, if it happened
That's what
that way.
happened. That's what happened. The
So
bitch
then why
said
didn't nobody say it was their gun?
Homeboy heard us say the whole shit. The
So
gun
then
was
why didn't nobody
pink.
say it was their gun
It was
if it
a
wasn't his
pink
gun?
gun.
Huh?
So Tory walking there with a pink gun?
No, would you be surprised?
Hold on, Trap.
Nah, I wouldn't-
Glasses
I
got a
wouldn't.
point. Why did anybody else claim the gun?
Because
The
they got
charges
charged
are
with it.
simple. The charges are simple. He has GSR on his arms. It's a gun in his car. All his charges are simple. They didn't trump up the charges. They didn't charge him with assault with a deadly weapon. They didn't charge him with attempted murder. They charged him with discharging a firearm. There's somebody that said they saw him and he had GSR
Yo,
on his
Lex,
fucking
man,
hand.
mute up, Lex. To my glasses, right? Sorry, Trap. Mute up, Lex.
Bro, it's not. I'm not saying Tory deserves to be in jail. What I'm telling you is
The
these
crime
are
fits.
obvious charges that are fair.
It
So
fits.
if somebody else gun, he should have made them take their gun, or he should have had his attorney prove it was somebody else's gun. These are simple charges. They charging Puff with a RICO. They charge R.
Phillip,
Kelly with a
man.
RICO. That's not fair. You just imagining what's in your mind. It's not that deep.
Man. Watching this shit come back. We come back here next week.
It's not gonna come back.
When he get out next week, straight from
He's
the
not
hospital,
gonna
niggas
get out
trying to
next
off
week.
the nigga. They trying to off the nigga, B. He getting out next week, I bet.
Bro, the fact that y'all let marketing work so fucking well is almost scary, bro. It's like, I gotta be the last
What was
one nigga
marketing?
left, cuz. I gotta be the last nigga on earth, bro. I'm finna
What
make a
was
song
marketing?
called The Last Man on Earth because y'all creativity is next level. Y'all
What was
creativity
marketing?
is next level.
What was
So what you
marketing?
thought was, he was like, you know what? It's her gun, but I'm gonna just take it and ride it out. Why are you bitching?
Can you all bow
If
down?
this
to
nigga
the
would have
new
fucking
generation?
said it was her fucking gun, you'd have been putting that nigga gun in spot. B, what are you talking about, bro?
Nobody putting Tory. No, he's a fucking singer.
You would have put that
Not
nigga
no
gun in
like
spot.
that.
Nigga told on
He's
that girl.
innocent.
You been here talking about, he nigga told on that girl. He
That
gonna
nigga
tell the
can
police
tell
that
you
girl
what it
told
is
that
you
girl
want.
gun.
Somebody else's gun. You full of shit.
No,
Don't
you
try
gotta
to
bring it to
put
the
it on.
court and let the court decide.
Don't try to put
Y'all
it on
figure
the
this shit the
street.
fuck out.
No,
It's not up to me to
bullshit.
figure out, for you to figure
You
out
should have
what
made
fucking
that
gun
bitch
this
figure
is.
it out. If it was her gun, you should have made her figure it out.
Glad you gotta
You
stop
sitting
that.
right. Why you protecting some girl? That ain't the case. The case ain't even this. It's not his gun. Nobody look. Stop with the shit. Goddamn. We can use our shit for something real, not some dumb shit. Oh, Tory, somebody come out. Marty is a genius. My homegirl's a genius. His publicist is fucking right. You motherfuckers is slow. See, they can move y'all any way they want to, bro. They can move y'all any way
Bring that
they
Nick
want
comment
to.
up. Bring that Nick comment up.
Hey, Trap.
What's up,
Why
bro?
did you just bring up Chris Brown instead?
Chris Brown a dummy. He a dummy.
You
You knew
know,
you had that damn
we
charge.
had
He
to
a
go
dummy,
through-
but drunk Tory not a
You
dummy.
knew you had that damn charge. You know you
No.
bust that man in the head with the
we
bottle.
still
You
rather
gonna go
Chris
bring your
Brown
ass out
going to
there.
jail over there instead of Tory
You gonna
Lanez.
bring your ass out there. You
I don't know
nigga,
how
you knew you
marketing.
bust that man in the head with a fucking bottle.
I don't know
You gonna bring your
how
ass out there.
marketing-
What the fuck are you
I
talking
don't know
about?
how marketing is this good, bro.
Oh, it's great. It's fantastic. It's not just good.
Hold on. So he didn't know he hit that man in the head with the bottle?
As much as Tory knew that gun was in the car, as much as Tory knew GSR was in his hands,
Oh boy, man. Listen, man, that man coming home. No put something
how
on
is he coming home, Trap?
it? No put something on it?
I
Put it on,
believe
put it
you
on,
want to
put
put on it.
Put it
Trap.
on it. Put it on the
Burrito
on this
Trap.
stream right now.
Burrito Trap.
Huh?
He's not coming home next week. Burrito.
They're going to try to get him home for a
no.
hardship. Talk about his life is in
I'm
danger.
just saying he
in
coming
prison.
home.
They don't
That's
have
what
no.
they're gonna
The only
try.
thing they could pull off is trying to get the governor to pardon him.
Yeah,
And-
so
and-
that's what
and
they're
he
going to
didn't
try.
even pardon the two twins that knocked their parents off.
What happened with their trial?
They gave him the West. Now they gave him the
They
They
let him
gave
go?
him 50 to life
parole.
instead of
They could do
life.
parole.
Without.
They could
Oh,
get
so
parole.
they did sentence him again.
Yeah, they resent and they
They
made a
resentenced
whole film. They made a whole film, a whole movie.
So now they could probably get parole at some time.
Yes.
Versus,
Yeah.
but they didn't get out the door. They didn't walk out the
No.
door.
They don't got
The
natural life.
prosecutors
Man. They
like,
don't
are
got
y'all dumb? They killed their parents for money, blew their fucking parents' head off in cold blood. Like it's motherfuckers fighting for them.
Yeah, big time.
They knocked the daddy down, put around a bug,
Yeah,
a
that's crazy.
slug in daddy head, a buckshot in daddy head, knock his shit off. Pop the
Then
mama.
when it reloaded, too.
Put more motherfucking rounds in the gauge.
Yeah.
Come back and knock the motherfucking mama down. And we talking about these people talking about they got molested. What are you talking about?
And who was that?
Why white people fight for injustice and white people, and these motherfuckers killed their parents in cold blood, but niggas act like I'm crazy because I'm saying, hey, sentence these brothers right. And it's niggas talking about free Tory. Free Tory
Oh,
for
man.
what? He don't got no
Cause
fucking
he make good
time.
music, man. Cause he make good music. What the fuck are you talking about, man?
Yeah,
That's all I wanted.
That's it,
all I
Trap.
wanted.
Trap. Why you do that, Trap?
That's the truth.
I know that's what he wanted. I know that's what he wanted. That's
Good
why.
That's what he
music.
wanted.
So
That's
Diddy
what
don't
he
make
wanted.
good music no more.
No.
Man, Diddy ain't made no good music in a long time.
Yeah,
Diddy
Diddy
He made no
don't
good
make
music in a
good
long
music.
time.
He don't make
This
good
shit
music.
don't jam no more.
Nah, I don't jam no more.
Look at how
That's
they
what
use
you
their
said, Trap.
look at how
If
they
it was the
use their
90s now,
use their media.
free Diddy.
Look at how they use their media.
Hey, I'm on free
They-
Diddy
listen.
now.
Look at how them people use
Nah, I
their
want free
media.
Diddy too.
They made a media, they made a TV show on Netflix that's so powerful that all the white people was protesting for them to get out after murdering their parents in cold blood.
Mhm.
Yeah, that shit
Like
cold.
murdering them in cold blood. Oh, they got touched.
Didn't Ellen jump on that shit too, trying to free him?
Ooh,
Kim Kardashian, all that shit.
Somebody
all of them.
jumped on
Yeah,
trying
They
to free
blew
him.
their parents' head off in cold blood and went to the Knicks game like a week later.
Yeah, no, I seen that story back
I got
then.
that basketball card.
They went
Mark
to the
Jackson
Knicks
card.
game a
That
week
nigga said,
later.
I got the basketball card.
It's a Mark Jackson card. That's a fact. It's a Mark Jackson card.
These folks is,
I
bro.
got cards of murderers trap.
Look,
It's a Mark Jackson card. It's the 89. It's the 89 hoops card. And they and Mark Jackson there, and they sit right in the background.
they knocked their parents' head off.
Yeah.
Both of them went back outside, reloaded, knocked the motherfucking mama head off with a gauge
Yeah.
that they bought with false IDs.
So you don't think 30 years is enough?
They're trying to they gave R. Kelly 36 years.
There it is, Trap.
They're trying to give Puff Daddy life.
There it is, Trap.
Tory Lanez got 8 years or 10 years. Nigga, what
True.
the fuck are we talking about?
They should have just deported Tory Lanez back to Canada instead.
Man,
of
he'd
doing
have
this.
took a deal. He'd have been off no fast. What happened was they played games with the media and thought they was going to win the court of public opinion, and that court don't transfer into this court. Nothing about what happened to him is misjustice. They under motherfucking shot. They made it to where they could convict him. It was simple.
Yeah.
They pitching whoppers on Puff. They turned Puff into John Gotti. They turned
This man into Rambo.
Ooh.
They turned him into Rambo, B. He was
They didn't even
like,
charge him with
the
assault
nigga
with a
said,
deadly
they said the man was out there talking about Dez, bitch. They turned the nigga into fucking what was your man Eddie Murphy name in the what's the name shit in the Harlem Night shit?
So you can't tell a bitch to dance now,
Like
Trap?
she was Della Reese. He was quick. The man was quick. She was Della Reese.
This is how they charged him, Trap. They charged him. He was convicted with assault with a semi-automatic handgun, having a loaded and unregistered firearm in the vehicle, and gross negligence in discharging the firearm.
But you said assault with a firearm?
Yeah. Not even assault with a deadly weapon. You know that's a Trump. Attempted murder, none of that.
Assault
They're
with a
saying
firearm.
because you fired a gun. That charge is you fired a gun and somebody got hurt.
Yeah.
Take the deal. They got you as GSR. You did not slap no gun and get GSR on the top of your fucking hand. You didn't slap no gun. That ain't how it worked. That ain't the science of GSR.
No, Trap, you said she shot the gun a few times and then he
She
slapped
shot the
her,
gun.
right?
She shot the gun, right? Then he supposed to have went over there, try to get the gun out of hand. Gun hit the floor. Gun goes off again. You know what I'm saying? What I'm trying to tell him is if they grab that gun, get in the car with the gun, everybody in the car gonna have that shit on them.
So the police didn't know the gunshot had been shot 3-4 times.
What are you talking about? Everybody in the car going, no, that's not how GSR work, man. That's not how GSR
GSR,
work.
you talking about the gunpowder of the gun, right? Let me see.
The residue.
All right. Yes, that shit does work
I
like
agree
that.
with
No,
you
it
there,
don't
Trap.
work that way. No, it don't.
Yes. Okay.
If I shot this gun right now, you would not have no gun power. If I shot this fucking gun right here, you would not have no motherfucking residue on you.
Yeah.
Too far away. We're not in a closed area.
You
If we
would,
was
so
in
what
the
the
car,
fuck are y'all lying about?
we was in the car, it'd be different. That's a more closer and closer.
Yo.
Oh, they wasn't in
They
that
was
car?
outside in the environment.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
No, but if they grab and get in the car, after that goes off, it's gonna be on
I
everybody.
thought they was in the car.
Yeah, you crazy for that.
Bro,
Yo,
what
move
the
on to blog
fuck?
era. Move
Was
on
it
to
in the
blog. Move
car
on to
or
blog
not?
era, B. Move on to blog era. Let's go.
Trap, did they get shot in the car or out the car?
Y'all so full of shit. Out of all the freeze and the people y'all should be just about.
Yo, King. Yo,
Nigga
King.
got a couple days for some dumb shit that he should have took a
You
deal
need to
on.
have a drink. Drink some water. Drink some water.
All the shit he took a deal on.
Trap, you stupid.
All the shit he took a deal on.
Yeah? Who, Tory did?
All the shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They didn't find him in trial guilty or nothing.
He could have took a deal. It'd have been straight.
Yeah, if you did it, take the deal. If you did it.
The gun is simple charges. Now, if they would have hit him with a assault with a
Attempted
deadly
murder
weapon,
or something,
attempted murder,
Yeah.
blah blah. Oh, I'm with you. These plunk charges. Take the deal. You're guilty, bro.
Do the
This gun
time.
is in your
Trap.
car.
They
This
got
gun
to
is
do
in your car.
Yeah,
You
I
know
feel like you
wherever
should
he
do
was at.
this shit.
Let's say in some make-believe world, what y'all saying is true. That her best friend shot her or shot at the ground or whatever happened, and she just decided to lie on this nigga and say he did it. Even though that don't make no fucking sense. But let's say it's real. You knew you slapped the gun. You knew they had the GSR in your hand. You knew the gun was in your car. You knew you had a witness saying they saw you shoot the gun. Why the fuck did you not take a deal?
Facts. Hey, Trav, when you brought this up, I thought you were talking about him getting stabbed in prison, man.
Nah. This, yo,
That's
they
what
got.
I thought you was gonna talk about. Not
This
him
shit
getting,
is almost on
free
some like.
shit.
It's on some movie shit for real. I don't want to go into all that shit.
Man, I'm gonna be honest.
But that's what I thought you was gonna talk about.
Yeah. I was into that
I'm gonna
too.
tell you how cold marketing is, and then we're gonna move on. I'm gonna tell you how cold marketing is. Move on.
Okay.
Tory's so dedicated. His publicist is my low. She like one of my oldest friends in the business.
Mm-hmm.
If I have friends in the business, it ain't that many. That's my partner. Feel me? Like Marty is my partner.
Yeah.
Marty and them is geniuses, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The police station, the details. The devil is in the details, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see the devil. You cannot just be taking the bullshit. The penitentiary did not say that he got stabbed 14 times. They never said that. The hospital didn't say he got stabbed 14 times.
Mm-hmm.
His motherfucking thing said he got stabbed 14 times. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he paid the nigga to stab him because the nigga already got life.
I thought about that too.
Right? And guess what? Marty Ben had this information and used it at that moment. They're not going to try to enter this into the fucking law. So they're trying to use it as a way to proposition
to get him out.
Governor to part. They probably gonna have a petition floating around. I'm sure that'll happen.
They do it. They got it already. They got 100,000 signatures already.
Trying to get Gavin Newsom to pardon him because there's no way this dumbass shit will work in a court of law.
So nobody's been charged with it or nothing.
It's dumb.
Because he got a life sentence anyway.
He got 8 or 10 years. How much time he get?
He got 10 years.
10 years.
Don't talk about the dude that stabbed Tory. He got life.
Yeah, life. Yeah, life.
So I can see your marketing plan with a motherfucker.
Yeah. I thought about that too. I thought about that.
Stab me in the arm and the leg. Stab me good. Feel me? They're gonna have to send me to a hospital. They can't just pack.
You already got life. I'll give you some money.
Here goes some money. Here go $20.
I can see that.
Marty, run that thing. Boom, boom.
Get me out like the Mendez brothers.
All right, let's move on. You might have
do like the Mendez brothers and get this.
We want another black man out of jail, B. Come on now. You can't go from one black man out of jail. That one black man. You're picking and choosing now.
How? He's not going to be in jail. He's going to get out. You act like he got life. Like they tried to, like they stole R. Kelly's. They tried it, like they trying to steal Puffs. You talk about a nigga that got 10 years for doing some dumb shit he could have took a deal on. I'm not tripping if we in the sense of law.
Preach Malone. Yo, what's up with them? Yo, preach Malone.
Nigga stupid. So what's the steps can people do now in P. Diddy's case? Like
now we didn't let these people get too fucking far.
Yeah.
So there's no way to make a stance now except
Y'all
doing
don't
what you're
find
doing.
it hella conventional that he got stabbed and then within the next 24 hours, not even 24, 12.
They talk about letting them out.
No. Look, what they said was this though, right? They said it's a
Yeah,
dude
you're
out
right.
here. It's a dude out here that been doing the whole
It was on
investigation.
the fast.
The nigga said he said after he figured this shit out about the dude who said he overheard the people.
Oh, you
They
back
said
on the
that they
girl and dropping the gun and shit?
He brought it up. He said they contacted Kelsey and Megan. Kelsey never hits her back. Megan people hit back. Right? Megan people hit back. They tell them what they got, what evidence they got and shit like that. The next day, son get poked up 14 times.
Think about this dumbass shit. Now, Megan,
Chill, bro. Yo, chill. Yo,
Rock
bro,
Nation is
chill,
calling
bro.
hits.
Oh, is that what
Chill,
Trap
bro.
was saying?
Yeah.
Oh, is
He
that
trying
what
to
you were
bring-
saying, Trap?
Oh,
What?
they seen the evidence.
They
was
trying
we
to
need
kill
stab
Tory
this
Lanez because of this?
Because this evidence right here, and Lord
Rock
knows,
Nation.
we get this evidence.
They're
we
trying
need
to kill Tory because
the
of he shot
fuck kind of
Megan.
dumb ass shit. Like I've been a criminal my whole life.
That sound
That's the
crazy,
dumbest
Trap.
shit in the world.
That sound
Oh, they had
crazy.
this evidence.
That
They had
sound
this evidence.
crazy.
They had this
That's-
evidence of
that's
somebody
perjury?
overhearing.
That's
First off,
perjury
they
you getting
referenced him
charged
as a
with.
bodyguard. They referenced
A
him as
career
a
done.
bodyguard. They referenced him as a bodyguard to Megan's assistant. So Megan's assistant has a bodyguard, and he overheard
The
Kelsey
driver
said,
wasn't a body,
"Yeah,
it was
well,
a
I
driver.
shot
It was a
3
driver.
times,
It wasn't a
and
body, it
then
was a
Tory
driver.
slapped the gun
Money
out of my
grab,
hand."
money grab.
Like, no, I shot 3 times. Then Tory slapped the gun out of my hand, and
Bro.
then the gun went off 2 more times while I was on the ground.
Now,
Money grab,
now
Tory.
Tory picks the gun up off the ground and holds the gun. Does the GSR get on him then?
I wonder why that just seems like just perfectly.
But you gotta look at the placement of the GSR though, also too.
Well, like where it's at, like on your hands or on your clothes and
It'd
shit
be
like
in
that.
your
On your
palm.
hand or your palm, you know, it's depending on
It'd be
where
on
it's
your
at.
palm.
Pick
It
the
wouldn't
gun.
be.
If I
it
slam
wouldn't
the
be
gun out
no
of
hammer.
hand
It
and I
wouldn't be
pick
no
the gun up
hammer.
off the floor,
It wouldn't be a hammer. It wouldn't be right here. It ain't just like a bunch of mystical
what,
dust
though?
that's everywhere.
you know what though? What's crazy is he ain't had no DNA on the gun though, so he didn't pick the gun up then.
No, he
So
could
wasn't no-
wipe the gun off.
It's DNA. You can't wipe DNA off the gun.
Why can't you wipe DNA off the gun?
You know
All right,
what?
yo,
Let's
bros,
go to
move
the next
on.
You
subject.
can wipe prints off
Let's go
of
to the next
things.
subject, man.
Prince you
Let's
can,
go
but you
to
can't
the
wipe
So
DNA
on
off
to the
the
next subject.
Please, let's go to the next subject.
Yeah, please, let's
Get the
go.
next
Log
subject,
error.
Trap.
Go get eaters.
Man.
Go get eaters.
What did I do? What did I do to deserve this life?
You was the chosen one.
Bro, this
You
crazy.
stayed sober. You stayed sober. Eh? That's what you did.
As the chosen one.
Simple detail.
Jesus had to
Stay
go
sober.
through hell.
He the bodyguard overheard her telling somebody.
The
"You
driver.
cannot be no-
The
no-
driver.
Hearsay.
Shit, it sound like the Freaky Zeke story.
No, because he shot. See, she shot 3 times, and then he slapped the gun out of her hand, a live gun, and the gun hit the ground twice, and then he picked the gun up. That explained the GSR. So really, it's her gun, and she shot the gun, and he was just a bystander.
Trap, how we save hip hop, Trap?
I don't know, man.
It's crazy.
How we
I don't know.
save
We
hip hop, Trap?
Gotta figure it out though.
We can't do it. We can't do it with the fights you guys talk about fighting.
Yeah,
How we
right.
save hip hop?
We got
You want to save an R&B singer, huh?
No, this is what I was telling Trap yesterday.
so Diddy's hip hop. Diddy's the
You
hip
want to save a
hop.
hip hop person? You want to save an R&B person, huh?
So Trap got mad at me.
You make
Trap
good
got
music.
mad at me. Trap got mad at me, bro, because I'm like, I don't listen to computer rappers.
And all his homies is computer rappers. That's the crazy shit
They
about
my
it.
homies. What's wrong with that?
You don't listen to your homies'
Not to
music.
say he don't judge and shit. He just,
I don't listen to
Yeah,
computer
but he
rappers.
judge a nigga be a computer rapper though.
I don't judge them. I don't listen to it.
You just don't listen to their music. You talk to them and kick it with, but don't listen to their
They
music.
my niggas.
That's simple,
You start
Trap.
making that computer rap shit to me where it sounds like you be just looking on the computer, looking at other rappers and make your rap. I'm not fucking with that.
So they do AI shit.
Nah.
I mean, I ain't gonna say AI. I just think that like Ray, all the homies and shit, good people. I don't listen to computer rap. It's not making the music. Like your music got to be a reflection of some level of street urban culture. It cannot be the internet culture.
So how you feel about people punching in their stuff?
I don't care about
Do that.
how you go about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care if you use a computer to make. When I'm calling somebody a computer rapper, I'm not calling somebody a computer rapper because like they use the computer to make songs. I'm saying well, all their experiences come from a computer.
What you mean? Explain that a little more detail.
They wasn't outside.
Oh, not from real life.
Yeah.
Okay.
They wasn't
Like,
outside.
I don't want to hear you you saw this story on the internet and you made a song about the story.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
I don't want, if you put glaze in your actual raps, I don't want to hear you. If you use any trauma terms in your raps, like what's it called? What's the trauma word?
For what? Trauma word?
Just give me one of them trauma terms. Me and Joey call them trauma terms. Gaslight. If you use gaslight in your rap, I don't want to hear you rap. If you use rage bait in your rap, I don't want to hear you rap.
I see what you're saying.
If your culture comes from you looking at social media, I don't want to hear you.
Narcissist.
Yeah. Narcissist is kind of the borderline.
No rap about trends, trap.
Yeah. Trends.
Trigger.
No
oh yeah, there you go. Trigger words. Oh, if you use the term trigger, I don't want to hear you rap. No, positivity in music is fire.
So what about being a victim?
No, you could be a victim.
Okay.
Warren G was a victim. Warren G was a victim.
If you say crash out in your rap, I don't want to hear
Warren G was a victim.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being a victim. Everybody's a victim.
Regulator.
You can't be like,
they
gaslit me. If you say gaslit me in your rap, I don't want to hear.
Who says those words in raps?
I'm just giving you computer rappers.
Oh, okay.
This is what I was telling. It's not using the computer. It's just like all your inspiration comes from the computer.
Yeah. So what rappers is that?
It's a lot of them.
Trap. Give me a couple.
Joey Badass is a computer rapper to me.
No, he's from Brooklyn. He ain't a computer rapper. He's from Brooklyn.
That don't mean nothing. People
we
from Brooklyn don't
We
get
ain't about to do
computer.
that. We ain't about to do that. We ain't about to do that.
It's nothing wrong with being from the ghetto, bro. Everybody on the ghetto ain't fucking around though.
They just don't go off their porch.
Nah, he ain't about to do that. He's from Brooklyn. And plus, we're going against the West right now, too.
Who's a computer?
Look,
Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar's a computer rapper.
No. Joe Whitney. Ray Vaughn used Crash Out. I don't listen.
Yeah, he did. Didn't
I just say that, Trap?
Yep. But you heard me, though?
I don't listen. You can't.
Kendrick Lamar's a computer rapper.
Who? He said K-Dot. K-Dot was making computer music.
He's a computer rapper. No, but it's not. No, because King's gonna think you're talking about it towards, and that's the only term of it. King, computer rappers are basically the blog era rappers. You know what I'm saying? Who basically got they stardom through the during that certain time right there. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's not
became like ambiguous.
Yeah. When the college students started having, you know what I'm saying, like having voices and stuff like that. And it wasn't just based off the street urban culture, which is hip hop is from though.
Oh, okay. So that's what you're saying. Okay, I see what you're saying.
That's what he's saying.
They was building it off of hearsay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of rap is very much hearsay.
Okay, that's okay.
Shout out to my homeboy Bird.
Thank you, Trap.
He know I hate that shit. I don't like none of that shit. It's not that I don't think they rap or they dope, and I've heard songs from them. Like, as long as they songs come to like some real shit, I listen. Like when Joey makes some shit that's on some shit that's like some outside shit, I'm fucking with it. Mm-hmm. When Ray Vaughn made some outside shit, I listen to it. For me, when niggas make some shit that's outside, I'm listening to it. But I'm not listening to no bunch of niggas rapping against each other that's just rapping against each other for the sake of being a better rapper.
So you could tell when somebody comes off the porch and raps versus staying in the house and rap.
Yeah. Because the conversation becomes thin and shallow.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they'll say shit like, "Oh, I got 36 ounces of dope." And it's be like, "Yeah,
no, that's not how."
Yeah, you had 36. It probably wouldn't have been 36. It'd have been like 44 because you'd have took the soft and you know what I mean, small things.
And they would say soft, hard shit like that.
I demand details.
I got 36 soft.
I demand details.
Yeah.
Shout out to BV. He said blog era was the last time shit was actually fun. Blog era almost ruined hip hop to me.
So that was fun. Ruining stuff is fun.
No. That a lot of people feel like this. Shout out to Trill. Shout out to certain homies. Some people really like the blog era. I don't like hipster rap.
But is that the ones that like the blog era? Is the ones that didn't come off the stairs?
Yeah. No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Do real street people in the streets really like that stuff from bloggers that put out about?
I mean, I don't think everybody cares. Some people from the street
so they just don't care.
Yeah, if it's jamming, it's jamming. Shout out to the homie Lex who just said that. Like, if he like it, if it's jamming, me, I need more.
Mm-hmm.
We had a discussion the other day too. So
about
because,
what, Trap?
Because I feel like what Glasses was looking for in the music though, You have certain artists that do it. Like Kendrick does that. You know what I'm saying? Kendrick was a part of that blog era, but he still writes about street urban culture though at the same time. You know what I'm saying? But I think it was like it was basically I think more so what you don't like is the was they way in the game though too. It wasn't like niggas wasn't getting their resume checked and shit. Like niggas was sliding it through the back door. Pause. You know what I'm saying? On some shit like it wasn't authentic really like that.
Shout out to Chill. This is a great point. Blog era niggas didn't start in the streets like traditional hip hop. That's
exactly. That's what it is. Yeah.
Did a lot of them end up in the street trap?
No.
He
said it started on computers. There you go.
Yeah. Yep. That's why I was calling blog era.
He's always been in the streets.
Yeah, but he did take his path through blogs.
Oh, okay.
But he was around before. But when everybody caught on, he went the blog way.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I've also been honest, and I've always said like everybody was way hotter on that version of Dot than me. Like I wasn't into that version of Dot. That's just my partner. And
I know you say you grew into more and more as he got and became more of his own.
It's the reason why people ask me why I like GNX. Like shit, nigga, it's that. So it just depends. Like Nip, a lot of people caught on the Nip when he started making blog music.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's really a blog.
Somebody to come clean up the studio because this nigga done tore the shit up.
Crap, man.
Throwing shit around and shit.
Shout
out to Fatima. That's a good point. And this is what I'm saying. Some Brooklyn folks are blog era like Joey Badass.
Trap don't want to hear that.
I mean, because I think it carries a negative connotation.
Man.
It's not the question how dope of an MC. Joey is a fantastic
MC.
MC.
But what's the negative connotation?
Soft.
Somewhat.
Because you didn't come off the porch?
Not necessarily. It's a little more nuanced. It's a little more nuanced.
Well, we thought it was soft if you couldn't come off your front porch.
For me, with hip hop is like because I like backpack dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Yato. That's a great point. From backpack to blog, the backpack dudes had to be in the streets. Like
they was in the streets.
Yeah, Good Life Cafe, Lemert Park. These are all in the community.
They were just moving
but
around.
When it moved to like Fairfax is a little different. It is still street, but it's different than our streets.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tyler in them streets where they was hanging out at. Tyler from Hawthorne, but I'm saying the Fairfax movement is different than where we from.
Mm-hmm.
It is still street, like that hipster area, but it's like more of a Renaissance version of street.
There's a country street.
You know what's so crazy is? Yeah. Is the fact that y'all had the same thing going on over there that we had going on over here at the same time, B. Because that's the whole Soho shit. Like when you mentioned Fairfax, that's how Soho was looked at in New York, and it was going on at the same time. That was rocking them. That was rocking them shit right there.
What is Lupe Fiasco? Lupe made blog. No, he didn't. Lupe was out way before blog music, Joe.
Lupe came out around 05.
Yeah,
that wasn't blog music, huh?
Yeah. He don't make blog music. BV, what do you consider the inception year of the blog era? So it's funny, right? Because the blogs really, I remember them kind of, I was in the business right when they was right. I was in the business right. Remember when I came into business, YouTube had just started. Right? YouTube had just started. And then the blog started being something, right? We had West Coast blogs, right? West Coast Riders, Dub CNN. They were just starting, but they didn't have the complete say. But when the college blogs kind of took over, you start getting the Two Dope Boys, you start getting a hot new hip hop, you start getting there. Now we start talking about 08, 09, 2010, and then around 2011, 12, 13, they really came into prominence.
Damn, Coach and Barb gone. We can't get likes. Can we get 9 likes to get to 50?
Yo, we almost got 50. At least we got 9 likes.
We got 41. Can we get 9 more likes? Takes us to 50.
9 more likes, please. 9 more likes. Because the New West and the blog era around the same time. Now the New West is before the blog era. The New West is before the blog era.
You said the blog era is about the time YouTube started. What year was that?
No, the blog era ain't when YouTube started. Blog started when YouTube started.
What year was that?
But the blog era probably doesn't really happen till 2008, 9.
Okay.
Really, like
8.
I mean, it's the era.
8, 9. 8, 9.
The beginning of it becoming this influential thing in the space.
Is that what birthed podcasts?
No. So like blog era, the biggest earliest blog era rappers, Wiz Khalifa,
Currency,
Special Originals, Currency.
Oh, okay. I see what you're
Mac
saying.
And then
Miller.
obviously go to Drake,
Okay.
Kendrick, J.
Drake,
Cole. They
yeah.
are the blog era.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well,
That
you
is
could
the
tell that
centerpiece.
they. Okay, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, Big Sean.
They talk about the
All right,
streets,
so
but
look,
they
so
work
look,
in
right?
the
You know what
street.
it was though? You know what it
No,
was though, too?
no.
I think
It's
it
not
was
just
more
that.
so.
It's not just that, right? Because Dot still always had a good detail of the streets, but the music became ambiguous. The music itself,
Became the same as everybody else's.
everybody
what I-
kind of started doing kind of the same thing.
No. What it is this right here, right? It was
Yeah.
it was the way of promotion. So it went from street promotion, when people was promoting the music on the street, to promoting the music through blogs. You know what I'm saying? Promoting the music through the internet. You know what I'm saying? When people was
here's
going to
my-
the blog. You know what I'm saying? You don't agree with that,
Here's my
Glenn?
confusion.
I think.
What's that?
Here's my confusion, Trap. When you say, the vlog music versus street, was there a difference in the sound?
Yeah, because before that, hip hop was very much
That's what I'm saying.
cultural. It was a cultural thing about kind of like you doing your thing based off of where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
Like it didn't all sound the same. Like Far Side existed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they didn't use G Funk. Compton's Most Wanted. It just had a more unique feel.
Mm-hmm.
This might be fucked up, but it just became very linear.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Gotcha.
Like it
became
changed.
more double time raps.
Is it me or y'all
Okay.
sound choppy right now? I don't know. Is it me?
That's you. That's you.
All right. I'm about to leave out and come back. My
Okay.
shit sound choppy.
It became double time rap.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It just became different. But yeah, to Trill's point, blogs existed before 2008-9, but the power that they carry is around 2008-9.
And
That's when you
different.
start to see them have the ability to break an artist.
Okay.
They had enough following, they had all that. But again, like I've heard backpack music that wasn't necessarily like, I'm not saying it should be gangster rap, but Tribe was fire, De La's fire, but what they talked about, they had depth and detail to.
So the vlog, when you say that vlog, rappers, blog rappers, so they was really much created from social media.
Yeah, no. This is before social media.
Because you said YouTube was out. So did they get famous through YouTube and that's why they became
YouTube is its own thing.
Uh-huh.
YouTube didn't really. Soulja Boy is no. So okay. So blog eras broke so many artists. A blog is like a website, a .com.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Social,
And
that's
then
why I
they
said
had
social
enough
media.
following and power that when they disseminated art, right, they had a big enough following that people could pass it to the people that was not
that's
in
what I'm
the
saying.
know.
Yeah. That's why I
Right?
said social media as a whole, like, the internet.
Right. They were not in the know.
Okay.
Right. So blogs did, because I benefited from blogs when I first started, right? Dub CNN, Hip Hop DX, all these different, West Coast riders, rest in peace to my man Styles.
Mhm.
They were covering us when I first got into business, but they didn't have power. They didn't have followings of 100, 200,000 people at that time. You know what I'm saying? By the time we got to what became the evolution of blogs, maybe second or third generation, Hot New Hip Hop, Two Dope Boys, shout out to the homie D. Omen, all of them, they were having 6-figure, 100, 200, 300, 400,000 people following them.
And they was just pushing music and what's in hip hop.
Yeah. So
Okay.
oddly, before that, it was the mixtape era.
Yeah.
So mixtape sites were doing well. Blogs put out mixtape sites.
Yeah.
Blogs took over mixtapes because mixtape sites became the first access, but mixtapes still went through the streets. You know what I mean? But they did have mixtape sites. And then after the blog era became.
So mixtapes is more tied into the radio, stuff like that.
No, mixtapes are tied. They were the last line of the streets.
Oh, okay.
That was the last thing you circulated through the streets. Fake Short Drive is one of my favorite ones. That's dope. Good one, Cool Joe.
After blog era was SoundCloud era.
And shout out to Roughneck TV. This is my problem. That's why lanes run the game now. Blog allowed more non-street people into the game. And then it threw the balance all the way off.
Mm-hmm.
So it went from mixtape to mixtape era. I came into business during the probably the tail end of the mixtape era.
Mm-hmm.
Right, 50 is a mixtape era rapper. Fabulous is a mixtape era rapper. Like that whole
Glasses missed the blog era by 18 weeks. If it had been 18 weeks later, he'd have been in the blog era.
He said he was influenced a little bit by it.
I never really. What's funny is real story, bro.
Because he benefited a little bit by it.
No, real story is Top told me the blogs was gonna be the thing, and I remember telling him like, man, I ain't never fuck with that computer shit. I'm keep going through the streets. He was like, gee, that shit ain't gonna be working the same way no more. He told me he could see it. Shout out to Top Dog. He told me to my face that, and he moved Kendrick into that position.
Okay, so yeah, okay,
but it's a little bit more tricky, right? One day I'm gonna bring Shake or one of them dudes on here, maybe D-Dot. But I think what happened was. So remember, me, J-Rock, and Nipsey put out all our first mixtapes the same year. Our first mixtapes all came out in 2005. Bullets, Slauson Boy Volume 1, White Lightning, which was mine, and J-Rock Watch Finest Volume 1 came out in 2005. There was no powerful blogs at that time. You only had the street still, and you starting to get mixtape scenes. They had mixtape distribution. DJs were still kind of in charge of how music was disseminated.
That's what I was thinking, radio and stuff.
When the blogs kind of came into prominence, they were there because I was doing shit with different blogs. But when they came into prominence, it was a bunch of more like college kids who kind of didn't really. This might be raggedy, but I'm going to just say it anyway. I think they were scared of the streets. They were scared of the streets. So they didn't want to deal with people in the streets.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Okay.
So they are the ones that kind of shut the streets out.
Because they couldn't come off the front porch trap.
No, it's just if you lived on fair, like if you're a hipster person, blogs were ran by hipsters. If you're a hipster person, it's one thing being on Fairfax. It's another thing coming east of Crenshaw. Crenshaw is a push, but coming east of Crenshaw, like you start coming down, you know what I'm saying? Van Ness, you draw down Van Ness, start coming down Western, Normandy.
Okay, but let's think
Hoover, Big.
Okay, but let's think streets and not think, just, details. Is Fairfax, thought as real streets if you're coming from where you come from? No. Or is it like a suburb to you or something?
So where I'm from, nobody would look at Fairfax like
that's what I'm saying. See, that's the difference I want people to understand.
But they would be wrong.
See, but they wouldn't look at it that way.
Well, I don't think that's important. I think the important part is how Fairfax saw us. They saw us like nigga. Like a problem. So when they started, the people they started pushing were people they felt were safe. Like in their mind, this is why people think Kendrick is not street. Because he came through the blog era. People like Shake and Shake and all the homies, they could deal with him from Two Dope Boys. They look J-Rock is different. They looked at
J-Rock last comment. Right back.
All right. They looked at J-Rock like a bounty hunter. You know what I mean? They looked at us like, nigga, we the problems. Like Nip too. Like Nip ended up coming through the blog through Dom. That's how Nip got playing the blog area through Dom Kennedy. So it's different. So it's just different. You know what I'm saying? And again, I think that's why hip hop just went through what it went through. Because if you take it completely away from, street urban culture, somebody who really has no idea what's going on with it is going to have possession of it. And that's how,
But you said everybody else sees the value of it, but street culture don't see it themselves.
Oh, you about street urban culture? The street people don't see it? Nah, they don't get it.
But everybody else see the value of it. Like I said, the hipsters seen the value of that and said, you know what? And then utilized it that way.
Yeah. But I was aware that they were going to have action.
Yeah, you said TD Top kind of warned you.
He told me, he's like, hey, you tripping? This thing is gonna take over.
And what made you say, nah, I'm gonna keep it?
Because I couldn't see a hip hop, even before I understood hip hop was street urban culture, I couldn't see a hip hop that was happening not in the streets.
Where you was at current.
Not in any streets.
Say that again. You didn't see hip hop happening in any streets?
I didn't see hip hop I didn't see hipsters being able to take over, black music at the time.
Okay. You didn't see anybody that wasn't street urban take over hip hop?
No, because some of those were not. Yeah. Well, I mean, really, I was just wrong.
Okay.
because record labels kind of never been street urban culture. So of course they've always been able to cultivate a following, but
Yeah.
I just didn't see a world that hip hop was going to be able to exist without going through the streets.
But they still kind of use the streets, but skirt the streets. They go around the streets and stuff and use it.
No, they broke them through college students.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like we look at West, he talked like, you know, some things like he's been to the streets, but we know that's bullshit.
Well, it's like this, right? Because
they try to use
still,
the Chicago thing.
They still had street things happening. Like somebody in the at the lunch table said, YG is a blog artist. YG's not a blog artist. YG was like the last of street urban culture. YG stuff came through the jerk movement with the kids, and then they kind of evolved it into ratchet music, and it birthed a new era of street music in LA.
Yeah.
And then they just had it on the blogs. But everything about YG is from the streets.
Mm-hmm.
It all came from the streets. Kids, the youth, generating power, energy,
Mm-hmm.
Problem, you know, Joe Moses, Ty Dolla $ign, Mustard, I mean, Jacasa, rest in peace. Chords, you know, as a producer.
So is this why the hip hop lines are so blurred now?
Well, this is why there was this movement of West Coast thing happening. You had Good Kid, Mad City, and then you had, let's say, like My Crazy Life by YG. Like in LA at the time, My Crazy Life ran everywhere you went on the streets. But you could see that the sales and the success of
Mad City,
of Good Kid, of Good Kid was happening still
outside of the city and
because you heard people in the city playing Good Kid. You know, it would just be at different things. It wouldn't be at the normal things we would be at.
Well, what I was saying and thinking is that if you're not from the culture or street urban, then the language will be a little different. So if you're looking at somebody from the blogger or going that direction, the language is going to be more acceptable or understandable to those outside of the culture.
Shout out to Yato. Y'all making blog era synonymous with non-street. That's not what I'm saying. It's a little bit more trickier, Yato. It's like the star of the blog era is probably Drake. Drake is probably the biggest star of the
Why
blog
you say
era.
that?
Because he's a product of the blog era.
Is he?
Fuck yeah.
I thought he just went to people and took they, you know, not even just went straight there and
he
got
is
their
a product of the blog era.
Oh, okay.
He's a blog era guy. Wiz, Cole, Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when you think of those names, you kind of don't see them. Drake is not street. Cole is not street. Wiz is not street.
Just because they're not street, you're not calling them punks.
Yeah, they not punks.
Yeah.
Wiz squabble you up, all kind of shit. You know what I mean? J. Cole is a man. They're men. They're not punks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they're not necessarily street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then hip hop has had non-street before that. Like, but street urban culture, they also became kind of the first ambiguous versions of street urban culture that kind of came from the net.
I think what it comes down to, man, is just the form of promotion, man. That's what the blog coming at. They wasn't using street teams no more. They was going to the internet to promote the music. You know what I'm saying?
People at that time who had computers and was on blogs were not people from the streets. It's kind of like how we doing our campaign now, Trap, with all these posters. We going right to the heart of the streets again. It's been shit. When was the last campaign that went at the heart of the streets? There ain't been a campaign that went at the heart of the streets because everybody kind of went to the net as if everybody in hip hop had a bunch of money and went to the same sites. So you knew it was only college kids that, like, none of my homies didn't go to blogs. None of my young homies didn't go to blogs. The closest they got to blogs was the mixtape sites. And they didn't do that.
So will you utilize blogs more now, or they're past?
Blogs are dead.
They're dead. It's dead.
Yeah. So then it went on to the Instagram. Excuse me. It went on to streaming apps. Streaming apps started breaking artists. Right, they playlists and started breaking artists. All the playlists, and Spotify, Apple, Tidal. You had artists that came from that. SoundCloud. That's where you get, what's the boy name that be rapping about rapping all the time?
Rapping about rapping.
Yeah, the boy. I don't know if he's a brother or not, but he don't look like a brother.
Russ
is a perfect example. That's a SoundCloud rapper.
Yeah,
I don't even know who Russ is.
Russ he had some big songs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then it went to
SoundCloud.
Russ and that stuff. And then it went to Logic.
Streaming.
Yep. Logic is that's a good one
Logic
too.
too.
Logic
too.
is a streaming rapper.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it went to social media. That's where you get 21 Savage, where you knew people's brand and who they were before you heard their songs.
Yeah.
You know, like Uzi had the red hair or purple hair. Yachty had the red hair.
SoundCloud though.
Yeah. But
Uzi
I'm saying
SoundCloud.
when it happened for them, it was their face that did it. Because social media, right?
Yeah.
You saw people.
They
21
look
Savage
weird,
was this kid that
they
had a
look
sword in
crazy
his
and
face.
stuff. Yeah.
And then Extentacion, rest in peace, had like these
Had the head. What's the name? Yeah.
The Kodak Black had these like shit knots.
Mhm.
Like I knew who all these rappers was, and I never heard any of their songs. I could point.
Yeah.
I knew who all of them was because of social media. That social media era took over, and you start knowing artist brand, like, and then you just applied to music, which is why I think the records got bad. Shout out to Yato. So anything that was popping, Yato, he said, I heard YG from blogs and MySpace. Anything popping went to the blogs. When I'm saying YG is a street artist. Shout out to
like
Tree.
I
Bad
put YG the same place you put Meek Mill at. Them two was like the one, like the last route. They were like right in between hitting the blog era and like still being like street promoted like that.
Yeah. But YG's song, like Tooted and Booted, was way bigger in the streets than it was on the blog. Like Tooted and Booted was like trap. When I tell you, like you want to see a party go up, they dropped that in 2008, 9, 10, 11, more of that.
It was 9. I remember when it was 9.
Shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you'll see the,
I remember that.
See the effects of it today. When
yeah, low kid, you in LA, that shit
you see what you mean?
I remember that. That was the year my daughter was born. I went to Vegas right before she was born. I'm like, yo, I'm bumping this the whole time I'm in Vegas right here. Word.
Me too, Don. I heard Tooted and Booted. I saw Tooted and Booted before everybody heard it. I saw it at a party. And I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And that shit happened. And it was like, holy shit. Like, and that became a movement. It broke the next artist.
But that was a fun song though. That song was fun.
Yeah.
Well, it really brought fun back to hip hop.
Yeah, that song was fun. That song was
before
fun.
that, hip hop was in the West was like when we had it, we didn't know what to do with
shooting and all this shit.
Man, Lex, that's exactly what it was like. He said, like Lex said, was it like a Snoop and Dre video? That's the energy it brought back.
Yeah,
it's like G thing. It was like, boy, you seen that shit?
Yeah, it was
the
fun.
First video, Lex, they was just at the beach, and it was just, you was like, oh my God. And they just had it.
That was like the real vision of LA. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right there. Beaches, fun, remember, everybody.
So then after that, you get that song, you get Ty Dolla $ign.
So that era kicks in.
You know what I mean? You get Paranoid, right? Rack City.
That's that young era kicks in.
Two of my bitches. And they brought the fun back. And that's what made hip hop. And that's to Lex's point. Shout out to Lex for this and constantly reminding me. You cannot deny the party of it all.
Yeah.
It's a party.
Yeah.
You cannot deny the party of it all.
But that's one of the things with, LA and the West Coast is fun and party anyway. That is an image and stuff that LA has. Party and fun.
And it always was. Even G things. Sometimes we see G things as these really gangster videos or Dre Day, and really the whole time
it's a party outside. It's a party.
It'd be at a house party, be a bunch of gangsters
together.
And people playing they had to play volleyball and Dickies.
Yeah, and
then they had a party with his beers and they just dancing and the cars dancing. And then Dre Day, they dissing Easy, everybody in the parking garage dancing. And I remember talking to Nip, rest his soul, and at this time I just started really, I'm really getting my hands on hip hop, and I'm like, oh man, I'm like, our generation that fucked this up. Our shit made it look too serious. You know what I mean? So I'm like, man, we fucking up. And he sent me Rap Niggas video before it came out, and I was like, bro, I don't want to be here. He's like, what? I was like, this don't look like it's cool. You know what I mean? Like this don't look like it's cool. He like, what you mean? I'm like, this look like a place I don't want to be.
Yeah, the whole hood out there. That shit was
the homies was on boats, and it was just niggas on boats. And they was in his apartment, and he wearing a bulletproof vest. I'm like, this shit don't look fun. It looks serious.
Yeah.
And I remember he sent me some other songs to choose from. right? He's like, what songs you
Who
think?
did this?
This is Nip. This is Nip
Yeah.
Hussle. And I was like, man, your single is Hustle in the House. No, All My Life. He's like, man, I don't know. But I'm like, that's the one.
Cut off.
And he didn't listen to me. And he went with
Rap niggas.
no, Last Time That I Checked.
Oh yeah.
And he made it fun. Last Time I checked, ended up still kind of looking more fun. They in the car screaming. That shit was fire. But I remember saying that, I'm like, I remember seeing All My Life. And I remember putting pressure even on Dot, like, man, this shit need to be fun, bro. We have fun here. And that was just important. So, but hip hop is a party. It's a party first.
Yeah.
First and foremost. For us, anything else is how we party. First and foremost. So anytime you return to that with a groove that's fitting, and you're gonna have a time. And that's, to me, it's funny. Shout out to the homie who said tooted and booted, right? Shout out to the homie who said tooted and booted. It's like he said he didn't like it, and I get it. Because I heard tooted and booted, it sounded weird, but when you see it, it was unbelievable. It was like something I never saw.
It sounded weird
before.
at first to you?
Hell yeah. Because it was like, what is
I liked
this?
it at first. When I first heard it, I liked it.
No, I heard it before I saw it. Then I saw it at a party.
I heard it.
Wow. And I knew it was over. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, they figured something out.
Yeah, it was like I heard it, and it was like, okay, this is
Enter
cool.
at the club. And that was Ty's whole record. Like, if I want one person to produce an album for me, Ty Dolla $ign, I want Ty Dolla $ign to do.
He gonna be the next person to do one like that.
I just want Ty to produce a party EP on me. Let me call Ty right now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can we get him to do it?
Let's see.
Oh, you back, huh, Trap?
Yeah, I'm back. Kids just came home.
Yeah, that's what I want. I'm gonna see if he'll do it for me.
How the weather there, Trap?
You know what I felt like that one? You know what I felt like was tooted and booted to me?
What?
On in New York? I mean, obviously I don't know because I wasn't there, but you know what it felt like in New York to me? When I first heard French Montana Shot Caller. He had the song called Shot Caller. And when I saw that in New York, I was like, damn, this is tight as fuck.
Yeah, that was a tough one. That brought a good feel back to New York.
Spin off of Shot Caller, right? That's where you get Young and May. Ooh, a lot of that stuff came from. That was kind of like that New York party feel. And your boy too, Browse. When Ron Browse them had that thing going, when Ron Browse, that music they was making, that was like kind of like that Harlem Shake style of music. That was cool too.
Yeah.
When I saw Shot Caller in New York, I was like, damn.
I'm gonna put it to
we got the
young boy to the hat. I'm putting it to those hot niggas. I put it to those hot niggas.
Hot niggas is Shot Caller. Same joint. You know what I'm saying? But that's like saying, if you're not gonna say Tootin' and Booty, you're gonna say Rack City. They're all descendants of Shot Caller. Shot Caller was like, I saw that and I was like, this is. I remember being a fan of Harry Fraud immediately when I saw that.
Trill Peoples right there made that hook.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that hook is crazy. Cause that
that hook was crazy.
Matter of fact, what's the name it? The song from Troy. That was like that's.
Oh yeah. I know. You talking about the joint he got from Old Boy. Got from Old Boy.
It's all about what is it?
Yeah, all about the motherfucking. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
that shit was like.
Yeah. That was a good feel up too.
I saw that shit at a party. I was like, ooh wee.
Yeah, Shot Caller was one of those.
Nigga is a son of Shot Caller, like Rack City or like Paranoid. Them is all sons of. You know what I mean? I've been on record saying that that's one of the 5 most influential songs in West Coast history. As far as hip hop, Tootin' and Booted. If number 1 is 6 in the morning, most influential song.
You think so?
Hell yeah, because everybody bite that style.
No, this is in LA or in hip hop?
In LA.
In LA, okay.
Yeah. Number 1 is 6 in the morning because everybody's song is 6 in the morning. Everybody is that story. Everybody is that. Number 2 is G-Thang because everybody go back and forth. That's their thing. Number 3 is how we start to use the hook, which is Regulate. And then number 4.
So number 3 is Regulate?
Yeah, because that's when you really knew that LA and singing was going to be always together.
Okay. Singing and hip hop, singing and rapping.
No, only in LA because it existed other places. LL had already did some songs.
And
like
the 4th one?
4th one is Tooted and Booted.
What's the 5th one? Rounded out 5.
Probably ain't happened yet.
You don't think of all the songs you heard, You don't think there's one
Nah,
5 that represent LA or bring
not
something?
LA street urban
You ain't
culture.
putting, you ain't
So
putting
would that
out
be
like
your
this
Mount
in it?
Rushmore for LA?
I wouldn't mind it being the Mount Rushmore of songs. Everybody's song is 6 in the morning.
That's the same for
Like everybody.
That's
Boys
what
in
I'm
the Hood
saying,
is 6 in the morning. Tonight is 6 in the morning. Today was a good day at 6 in the morning. Murder was a case at 6 in the morning. Tupac Must Die All the Way Now 6 in the morning. All these songs are 6 in the morning. I mean, and then G Thing, everybody LA go back and forth now.
That's why I said, would that be your Mount Rushmore of LA in that category? Since that's your top 4. Did they each bring a significant change to LA music?
I think they did.
Well, I'm asking
I mean, from the outside looking, I think they did though.
Well, that's why I'm asking them, because those 4, like, would that be his Mount Rushmore? Did they bring a significant change, to LA when they came out?
Yeah, for the ones you mentioned, I give it that.
Those became the most influential songs. You heard everything. California Love is G Thing. Like I'm sure Tupac came home and was like, man, I want one of them G Things. I know he said that. You know what I'm saying? Because you didn't come to them and and didn't want G Thing. But yeah.
No, that's a fact.
So, all right, No Sinners Live lunch hour every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon Pacific Standard Time right here on Digital Soapbox. Click the thumbs up button. Let everybody know you in the house.
Good looking for the 50 likes.
Man, thank you for the 50 likes. If you're on Twitter, we tweet this link. If you're on Facebook, share this post. We got $5, Tower of Love Foundation. Thank you for the $5.
Thank you.
Blessings for reading our petition, Change.org, Save Our Future Now, and stop the B word. Happy no R word is allowed. No, we will not use the R word. We do this stream to support the podcast. The No Ceilings podcast just dropped a fresh episode. Conversations with Northern Cali Part II. My homeboy Hug from San Francisco. The homie Schnell from San Francisco. Great conversation. It's real. You should check it out. You can listen to that No Ceilings podcast on Apple Podcasts, iHeart Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcast from. No Ceilings podcast, executive produced by Charlemagne the God, the Black Effect Podcast Network, and iHeart.
Crib Store.
Head over to the cribstore.com, get you some merch. We've got to send 2 shirts out today. Some new merch. We finna drop some new merch, 60 pieces. And again, I'm on the verge of dropping a new single. We ain't gonna get into it, but we're gonna make sure we ready. And when we do it, we're gonna make sure that you guys Squish. I miss you all stream. What's the deal? We're gonna make sure I need y'all to everybody to pre-order because we're gonna chart.
It's very exclusive. It's very gonna be very exclusive.
15 years since I charted a song, but my goal this time is to chart this song. So I want you guys to chart this song. So we're gonna go to work for it. You know what I mean? Much love to y'all. We're gonna see y'all Monday. Enjoy your weekend. Get at me on Twitter. You already know how to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.